Chat, here we go. We got Kiileerrz versus Nass. We are here on Middle East servers. We found a good one for Nass, and we'll roll out the rest of the series on it. Kiileerrz coming in as the higher seed, and also in a Middle East tournament. I believe that's why we're rocking the Middle East server here. Again, Nass take Kiileerrz down. I'll show pings we just talked about it. 108 for Nass, 16 for Kiileerrz. We usually have to watch Kiileerrz play on 100 ping, but not in this AMENA tournament. Kiileerrz and Nass right now fighting for a position in the final bracket, and I believe a share of the prize pool. I want to say top 4 players will get a portion of it, and it's no small prize pool at that. I want to say it's 2,000 for first place, maybe even something like 1,000 for second place, and then 500s for the tied for third players. So this could be a $500 game right here, if I am remembering correctly. Winner of this guarantees a good chunk of change, and these both have been top 1v1ers as of late. Which one of them is going to look better in their matchup? Not sure we've seen Kiileerrz Nass. We might have in the past. If somebody has remembered what this game was like between the two, I would appreciate them speaking now. But I do think, as far as I'm aware, this is their first time playing. Nass just going to slowly work his way in. Kiileerrz trying to make a save high off the inside wall, and that ends up being his problem. If he's a bit lower, he might have stood a chance, but also I just think a regular ground challenge was going to be the key to getting Nass out of that position. Oh my goodness, what an own goal from Kiileerrz. Great pass from Nass. Was Nass doing this on purpose? If we watch from Nass's perspective, I think he was, if anything, just trying to play it out to center field. I don't think he was trying to pass it to Kiileerrz. He was just looking to get the ball to midfield, maybe cut it back towards net, and then he ended up just setting it up for a booming own goal. Kiileerrz would love to make back up that deficit quickly. This touch out to midfield is far too strong. Kiileerrz going to be able to force him back to the blue, or sorry, Nass going to force Kiileerrz back to the blue half. Great shot on the volley. Not letting it come to the ground. Nass thought he saw his opportunity to challenge as the ball bounced into a shot. But if Kiileerrz is able to catch it and shoot it early, then the angle that the ball will take will be one that absolutely does not intercept with Nass. Kiileerrz cutting around the ball. Can he work his way past this Moroccan defender? It seems like he can. Nass trying to get these soft touches to gain control of him, but probably would be better off with a nice side flip just to roll it to the side wall and reset instead of trying to make something out of that position. Nass ceiling reset. Kiileerrz challenged for a moment high, but ultimately comes back down to the ground and able to take the ball away. Wall to air dribble for Kiileerrz. Really strong first touch, but catches it clean and puts it behind Nass. Nass gets just enough and saves off the post, which, oh my goodness, I think that was a chance to counter that Nass just threw away. That double jump was absolutely not it, or maybe it was just a single jump that he needed to flip into a shot. He's going to get his goal. Just going to take him a little bit longer. Kiileerrz making a tough challenge near that side wall and can't power slide to get up and make this save. Roas and Kiileerrz are twins, this is true, and I'm sure they would love to meet each other in the grand finals of this tournament. I do think that is a possible outcome. That's 50 from Kiileerrz. Roas, as far as I'm aware, has been doing well in his group so far. some of the players that might be able to stop one of the twins. Could be TRK or maybe O'Khalid, both of which are focused on the upcoming 3v3 major. So that leaves an opportunity for the top two to be Rawas and Kiileerrz. Kiileerrz is no chump as far as this 1v1 game goes. Oh, nice catch from Nass. The slowdown is something that Kiileerrz was not expecting. You see him jumping immediately for the shot on a volley or even the half volley, but neither come. It's just a complete kill of the ball. And Nass ties it up. Back and forth this game has been. Never realized how good Nupo is. Yeah, Nupo is a very, very solid player. Definitely could find himself in a final. Is Rawas Nupo happening right now over on Johnny's stream? Kiileerrz, air dribble, bump. Perfect final touch to pop the ball. What is Nass doing here as he 360s into the corner? He's throwing a "This is Rocket League" because he knows he made a mistake that is going to get him scored on. Two-goal lead for Kiileerrz to approach the end of this game. Every bit of margin matters. Can affect how these guys end up having to play these final minutes. Nass missing in the worst possible way. If he even connects with a little bit of post, then the bounce is awkward and Kiileerrz doesn't have an immediate shot, but he did not. He just hit back wall. So it's an easy take for Kiileerrz. Big mistake by Kiileerrz the other way, though. Nass can't immediately capitalize, but he's still in a really good position. Kiileerrz doesn't feel comfortable coming up to this ball, and Nass tried to go for a super tight angle double. And I don't see Nass in sight. Kiileerrz has got to recognize that too. So he's going to take back towards net, and the late recovery can get exposed by just a slight chip of the ball. No need to shoot early. He knows he's got a panicked defender coming in who's not likely to be able to adjust to a bit of movement. And a 4-goal lead. Kiileerrz. What a great setup for such a strong shot. Nass is actually ready for it, but not there for the follow-up. Kiileerrz, I don't know why he's playing it slow. Could have just slammed it in, but such a strong, I think it was half volley, right? Setup from Kiileerrz. (10-5). Kiileerrz putting some distance between him and Nass. And both these guys seem to recognize that this game is over. See, maybe Nass is interested. No, it's not. Seemed like he was going to take it away, but obviously, if he felt he had a chance, he wouldn't be dribbling to his own back wall. So game one will go to Kiileerrz. Can he keep it up as the series goes on? That's the question we'll have the answer to shortly. Gave the controller to Rawas. You know Rawas is playing a series right now, right? He's using one controller for both games. That would be very impressive. Game number 2. Kiileerrz and Nass. Kiileerrz trying to make something happen quickly off this kickoff. Oh, and he's going to make it work. Final touch is enough to make Nass miss. Nass has 100 boosts in the tank, certainly capable of making the save, but he tries to make it about 12 or 22 boosts instead. And maybe a bit more aggression towards the ball might have paid off better for him, but Nass ties it right back up. Kickoff of his own. Kiileerrz trying the wave dash kickoff, and probably screwed either way. He tried to stay around midfield as if he was going to get that touch, which was never going to happen, but not sure he gets that save even if he heads back towards net. Nass full field dribble. Starting it on his own back wall, keeps it underneath the ceiling and places it just inside the far post. Kiileerrz gives him a nice one, and what else can you really say on this beautiful dribble from Nass? Making sure it does not connect with the ceiling, as that bounce usually forces it down lower than you want it to. You want to set up that arc to go just as close to max height as possible. Hi, you're from South Africa. Is there someone in chat that promotes people? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Kiileerrz shadowing here. He hopes Nass gives him the ball. Nass is going to go from the ceiling. Has to make up for what was not an ideal first touch. He almost did. In fact, he will now. But he almost did it in the air. Kiileerrz thought Nass was going to get a bit more on that ball. So he challenged high, but it was just dropping down. Nass able to use that flip late to keep it around and get a third goal. Nass now faking this one. You could tell from our perspective watching him, he had almost no choice but to fake. Kiileerrz seemed to recognize that he was going to have to do that as well, as he 50s it and sends a long shot for a second goal. Kiileerrz ball to air dribble. Nass doesn't want to let him have it, so he pinches it away. It's still going to be a Kiileerrz possession. This time he takes the air dribble off the bounce. He's going to use the ceiling to reset, and now he's just trying to play damage control, I would say. As soon as he is coming off the ceiling, he's recognized that this is not scoreable anymore. There's a world in which he could have set it up that it was scoreable, but by the time he's getting the touch on the ceiling, he knows it's not about scoring, it's about playing defense now. It's about getting to the ball and getting a good enough challenge on it such that I don't get scored on, and that did not happen. Nass does get that counterattack. Nass little side flip pop. Try to sneak in from just outside the net earlier in the series and was successful. This time he's not. Nass can't get a fifth. Kiileerrz, though, having to take a trip around to pick up a little bit of boost. Nass low 50, and with 73 left over to make sure that the follow-up comes with speed. There's no way that Kiileerrz is getting back. Nass, wall to air dribble, headed towards that near post. Kiileerrz can challenge with relative safety. Much harder to do so. It is forced away from the back wall that Kiileerrz was on. Kiileerrz should have seen that pre-jump from Nass, and I would have expected him to adjust his 50 to not push the ball towards Nass, because once Nass is jumped early and then has to flip late to catch up to the ball, that usually results in a really poor challenge. So Kiileerrz could force that by not touching the ball, by just camping behind it and making Nass flip into him. But instead, he brought the ball to him, which I feel like makes Nass's life much easier after that early single jump. Kiileerrz save on the goal line. Not going to be able to pick up the boost, but he's not interested in that. He's interested in clearing the ball to the orange half. Eventually buy himself a bit of time, but Nass plays a good bit of keep away. Gets his 6th goal. Pops the ball up above where Kiileerrz can get to, and then is quicker to it. Minute 40 for Kiileerrz to get 4. Not impossible. In fact, he made a similar comeback in Game 5, and this could be the beginning of it. Nass is going to throw him a nice one as he gets the reset. I'm not sure he uses any reset, but he gets a wheel touch and then jumps as he hits the ground to pop the ball above Nass. Late kickoff from Nass. Maybe looking to play a bit of damage control, bit of time wasting with this lead. Doubles with himself off the ground. Kiileerrz just barely not able to chase him down and demo him. He's got himself a carry. What will he turn this into? It's going to go flick top left. Not a lot of flicks from either one of these two so far in this series. But Kiileerrz tried to bring it out to no success, and now Nass is going to counter. Make it 7-3. Ross is playing aerial focused. Yeah, Ross has upped his aerial game and has started using it more in 1v1. I guess he's always had it, but he's preferred not to play it in ones. He's definitely did more, though, in the fall 5K. Nice demo. It's a freebie for Kiileerrz now. Mostly comes off of Nass just tossing this ball away. That was not a great touch to the midfield, even if he didn't die. Nass undercutting Kiileerrz, but not enough to prevent him from getting the 100. Now Kiileerrz going to play keep away. He's trying to pop the ball over an aggressive Nass and then use that opportunity to come back to net, which he does within 2. Nass dropping the controller there a bit as he picks up some pads and gets caught flying past the ball. 28 seconds left to go. Kiileerrz needs a good kickoff win, and he's got it. At this rate, Kiileerrz is going to win by 3. It's not just going to come back. He's going to crush. Nass tried to wave dash kickoff, and Kiileerrz just beat him with the standard. Fake kickoff from Nass. This should waste a ton of time if Kiileerrz doesn't catch it, and Kiileerrz did not. Nass lobs the ball immediately, trying to chase Kiileerrz down. Got him! And that should end the game. Oh my goodness, wait. Unless Nass just slams the ball at the back wall right where Kiileerrz is spawning. Even if he had put it on target, he would have been fine. But Kiileerrz has the 100, and that's what you need in these final moments to make a play. You got to have the boost in the tank. Kiileerrz drops it down on the goal line, and he throws it this Rocket League because he just barely wasn't able to force overtime. And I couldn't quite see how many pixels were left out of that ball because Kiileerrz's car was covering it. But sheesh, close, but not quite there. Tie series between the two. We'll head to game number 3. Game 3. Kiileerrz, if he can keep up the momentum he had at the end of the last game, he's going to be destroying this game 3. But his comeback came too late and a couple pixels short of forcing overtime. We'll see if Nass can regain what he had beginning of game number 2. Kiileerrz is going to shoot off this volley, looking top left. Nass doesn't have to really worry about it. The placement was far off. He's just handed the ball back to Kiileerrz, and Nass does not have time to grab boost. Nice protection of the ball from Kiileerrz as he finishes off an air dribble bump. Nass able to pick up a couple pads, but I mean, he wasn't standing a chance, even if Kiileerrz didn't connect with him. Ooh, Kiileerrz almost got an impressive angle off the wall. Sent this one to the ceiling. Nass, first touch, not enough. Kiileerrz pre-flips back, and it's a wall to air dribble attempt from Nass. Kiileerrz has forced him to not take these immediate touches that he maybe otherwise would have. A couple deep fake challenges. And the backflip has gotten Kiileerrz an opportunity for an air dribble off the ground. The musty, he needed to give up on it. You know, I like the idea. It's stylish, but you have to recognize that a musty at ground level is just not going to do it. Nass saves and scores his first. Kiileerrz can't make anything happen. Demoed in the back corner is Nass, and now Kiileerrz faking. Oh my goodness, what a 5-head play. I think this could have been intentional because I think he recognized that he wasn't going to be able to slot bottom left corner anymore. That Nass was actually going to be able to get there, and so instead, if he flies past the ball, Nass is going to fall for it, and then it's going to roll in on that right post. So I actually think that was a very smart play by Kiileerrz. You know, sometimes it seems like there's definitely times that mistakes are made, but in general, when you're watching these absolutely nutty players, it's usually safer to assume their plans were intentional. Of course, there's the occasional time that they weren't, but I could believe that Kiileerrz noticed his best play there was actually to flip past the ball and just fake the power shot. Nass, bounce dribble, single jump to threaten that shot on the volley. Or I should say the half volley. I think it came off the bounce here. But Kiileerrz exposing that bottom left corner, or leaving that bottom left corner exposed. Really tough to handle though. I mean, Nass just perfect execution on the bounce dribble. From those positions, Kiileerrz stays grounded, then that shot that Nass was threatening is a goal. Kiileerrz sending this one off the crossbar. Now a single jump that he can't stay with. I don't know if he was trying to set up a flick, but he certainly wasn't close to getting it. That's going to flick back. Very intentional soft save from Kiileerrz to get it just barely off the post so that he can get this counterattack. He just didn't get it. Still on offense, 24 boost. He prefers his 50s over his flicks. He's trying to bait Nass into overreacting to the flick, but Nass does a good job to control it. Nass bump on Kiileerrz to finish it off, 3-3. Kiileerrz doesn't have a plan here with the ball. And so now his new plan is to take it all the way back to his half. He's got Nass chasing behind him. He can hear him. Wasn't able to completely starve him out. But now he's got a much better setup. And this time, he'll pop it over the top of Nass and retake his lead. Back and forth, this game has been a crucial game number 3. Whoever wants to move on, get themselves a guaranteed $500 and put themselves into that final bracket. Nass able to just bump Kiileerrz off this back wall to get his 4th. Wave dash kickoff for Nass means he's quicker to the midfield boost. Kiileerrz is just trying to buy himself time, but he's in trouble now because this is a good first touch. This flick sent away. The flick game for both these guys has not been it. I don't see either of them scoring with it. And in fact, the setups they're getting from the flicks aren't even really that fruitful as well. They haven't been able to follow them up too often. Nass out to the midfield. Kiileerrz is looking goal right away. He wants to catch it and cut it right back to the net. And this is why he has a feeling he can catch Nass in the wrong spot. Because he has 0 boost, either he's going to go back for the 100 and give a window for Kiileerrz to score, or he's going to try and defend on 0, which is going to be tough as well. "30 seconds left to go. Nass gets a clean catch out of his corner and ties it up 5-5. Kiileerrz had all the boosts in the world, but found himself trying to meet Nass on the wall, which is a lot of times tough to come back from. Wow, this game. I mean, a moment ago, it felt like Kiileerrz had secured it, was going to take the win, and in almost no time, it's now Nass who seems like he's got the game in his pocket. Kiileerrz, the late kickoff into a wall to air dribble. He wants to tie it up with style. He was close to doing it before. This time, he's got time left on the clock, but he ends up tapping it straight to Nass. Great save from him. And Kiileerrz, good challenge. Can he keep this one up? He should be able to get it in the air. He's got 100 boosts. Nass actually is pretty low. Oh, but as soon as he lets Nass get the first touch, he doesn't stand a chance. He has to try and go meet him, even if it's just to keep the ball in the air longer. But if you let Nass go up, Nass can touch, fade. I mean, there's just too many options for him. Kiileerrz has to defend the entire green ground, and that's just too hard. So game number 3 goes to Nass. Kiileerrz will need 2 in a row. Nass needs just 1. Game number 4. Kiileerrz and Nass. Kiileerrz felt like he was on the verge of the series lead before Nass had a clean take and then a kickoff goal to follow it. A nice 2-pointer, as I like to bring up. 2-pointers really are only ever crucial in those moments where they result in a series, or sorry, a game lead switch. Kiileerrz hiding behind this ball. These two waiting to see who will be the first to commit. Kiileerrz thought he could hit a speedy shot, but did steal this boost despite not playing it as fast as he could have. Nass, though, recognizing an open net when he sees one. Kiileerrz got the 100 steal, but he just needed to... Oh, he wanted that first touch. He wanted to touch it off the wall. When he didn't connect with it, it was too late. His other option was to not try and go for that touch and just leave, but hard to make that decision on the fly when it seemed like he wasn't many pixels off of setting up an offensive attempt. Not going to be able to get this setup off the side wall. Let's still get something out of it, though. Air dribble from Nass. Reset behind Kiileerrz. Impressive shot to go up 2-0. Kiileerrz has the boost, decides to go down to the ground to make his save attempt, and cannot stop the reset. Kiileerrz, nice 50. Was trying to wave dash 50 it, meaning single jumping into the ball and then using his wave dash as he lands to accelerate, but he got popped higher than was able to use that second jump, and he still can't cut this ball through Nass, and Nass missed it. Oh no, I thought he missed, but he must have had it on, otherwise Kiileerrz doesn't touch this ball. So I'm guessing it was just inside the post, or did Kiileerrz's own goal? No, that was in. (3-0). Nass wants to make it a Game 4 win. He's in the process of picking apart Kiileerrz, this time the low 50. Makes it 4-0 for Nass. Kiileerrz trying to delay his challenge as long as possible. Scared of these flicks that really neither one of them have been using to much success. Nice read of the fake kickoff. Kiileerrz is going to get a goal from it. Normally, these fakes keep you one step ahead when you use them for the first time in a game, but Kiileerrz has gotten a read over the course of the series that he should be expecting a fake on those diagonals. He's ready for it this time. Kiileerrz not going to be able to get an immediate counter like he would have liked, but he does force Nass into his back corner. Nass is back out, though. before Kiileerrz collects the ball. Now play from the ceiling is just immediately in damage control once again. Every time Kiileerrz finds himself up there, whatever he was hoping to have in terms of offense turns immediately into prayers on defense in order to not get scored on. Oh, what a save. Yeah, Nass agrees as well. Not only does he just barely keep it out, but he also glues it to his own car and makes it so that the possession is immediately over. So that shot should have been so good that it should have been a long extended attack for Nass. But now it's Kiileerrz on offense. His demo cannot find the bottom right corner that he was hoping to. The angle just not quite there. Kiileerrz dunking Nass. And just looking a bit lost with the ball. Doesn't know how to get past this defense right now. He's looked good, though, at rushing to net when Nass is recovering. Being said, Nass able to get the 100 and clear up this possession right away. Nass, I don't know if he saw that demo coming. It seemed like Kiileerrz was intentionally driving through the ball towards the Fennec. He was locked on the Fennec, but a 5th goal for Nass. Nass defense has prevented Kiileerrz from getting anything that he's wanted, and now he's able to dunk him right outside his net. A minute 16 left to go. 4 goals. We've seen Kiileerrz work some magic late in the game in the past, and maybe this is a good place to start as Nass misses off the post, which results in a fast bounce towards the orange half. This 50 won't turn into anything, but maybe a bit of keep away, and Kiileerrz does play keep away. Nass knows if he could just get a couple touches to clear this, it will buy him the kind of time he needs to ice out the game, but Kiileerrz too fast. Now he needs a couple quick goals off kickoff, and this is a kickoff win, but a tough angle to work from. Bumping Nass might not be a bad way to do it. He doesn't connect, though, and Nass actually is going to get a counter. Kiileerrz used all his boost. It'll be 6-2, and actually it's going to be GG's from Kiileerrz. GG's. Kiileerrz drops to lowers. Nass moves on to top 4 and guarantees $500. Credit to him. Coming to play on these Middle East servers where he does have 100 or so ping. Shows he can do it on 100 as well. We have one more match today, though. The lowers, Drally and Lorley.